All right, Lions, we've had a great season. I'm really proud of you guys. It's been special. And you all know how I like to have you guys express yourselves and your individuality, man. So, starting this Friday, we're going to be doing Casual Fridays. That means you can come into practice wearing whatever you feel like. Yes, Jamal.
Anything?
Yeah, man, anything you want. God damn it, Williams, you just trip again. Run it back. Jamal, get over here. What the hell are you wearing?
It's Casual Friday, Coach.
I know, but what is all this nerd stuff?
It's a Na'vi suit from Avatar. I really enjoyed the new movie.
Yeah, but Jamal, you keep tripping on your tail.
Oh yeah, I haven't figured out how to run in it yet.
Then take it off.
So you mean you don't want me to express myself and my individuality?
Well, yeah.
Well, and this is me expressing myself, so the suit stays. Besides, you haven't said anything about Jared Goff's Grinch hands.
Yeah, but he always throws like that.
Darn it. Well, what about Aiden Hutchinson? Nobody wants to block him when he's naked.
Yeah, maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
I think you're full of great ideas, Coach. Just like Jake Sully in Avatar, The Way of Water. I see you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamal. I always appreciate your weird nerd stuff.
It's pretty popular, so...
Wait, where's Amon-Ra?
He's over there.
That's just a tree.
He is the tree.
What? Why?
Well, don't ask me, Coach. You're the one who implemented Casual Friday.
We're never gonna beat the Packers.
Well, the Na'vi didn't think they could defeat the Sky People, and look what happened there.
Do a lap.
Yes, sir. Hello, welcome. You're watching Once Upon a Time in Las Vegas, the rise of the greatest sports betting show in the world. I'm your host, Rocky Foré, here, as always, with the Steehn Roller. The Steehn Hour Tour. How's it going?
It's good. It's good. I just saw somebody did the math on that. Said the maximum cruising speed on that boat was 27 knots. So the furthest away they could have been from the mainland was about 65 miles. What are we doing? What are we doing, you guys? Seriously, they couldn't.
And they stayed there for how many seasons?
Oh, 6, 7. I don't know, man. They went from black and white to color, so it was a while.
Wow.
Gilligan's
There
Island.
you have it.
There you go, buddy. Hey, it's good to be here. Welcome to the division round of the NFL playoffs. As he mentioned, I am Scott, the Steamroller Steehn, the lead handicapper here at winnersandwiners.com. He's Rocky Foré. He apparently owns the entire joint. So you haven't lost it in a card game yet or anything, have you, buddy?
Not just once.
You spiked your 3-outer on the river to keep everyone employed, didn't you?
Yeah. You know that movie, Rounders?
I do.
Let's just say I tried to deal cards like him, and it didn't work out.
Caught a hanger, Sarge. Caught a hanger. As always, we got some help paying the bills around here, and that's No House Advantage. No House Advantage is fantasy sports redefined. You can play player prop over and unders against the house for a chance to win up to 21 times your original bet, or play against regular folks like yourself for cash prizes. Make sure you download the No House Advantage app or go to nohouseadvantage.com. Use the code WNW to get up to a $50 first deposit bonus. By the way, good news, that is now working again. Apparently, Rock, you finally lit up the right people there in customer service, because we have our code working again for everybody. I got
my $4 from the Bakersfield Mall or the Bakersfield Recreation Center?
That's right, buddy. Pretty big time.
Someone call Chris King right now. He needs to know this news.
Speaking of Chris King, they're going to be here next week, him and Scott Reichel, and then the Super Bowl. We're going to have everybody. We're going to have everybody involved for our Rockies Super Bowl 2023 extravaganza. So make sure you stop by and check that out. But today, for the division round, got two of the hottest young handicappers in the business. Let's start with the guy wearing the Browns gear. You know him, you love him. He's from Houston, Texas, by way of Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio, baby. It's David Delano. By the way, David, it's just been hotter than hell in his handicapping lately. Buddy, how's it going?
It's going really good, Steehn. We have been having a great start to 2023. Had a great week, great weekend. Unfortunately, Monday Night Football did not go well for me, but other than that, just been on a great roll.
Did you have the Bucks or did you have the over?
I had the Bucks. Fortunately, I did have them on the money line, so I didn't lose any juice. I figured between them and the Jags, one of them would win. And I had them both on the money line. One of them did. So we play the long game. Look at it like that. Over 50%. Right. So, but yeah, last night wasn't the best. But hey, like I said, didn't lose any juice on it. And overall, been having a really good season.
Well, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. I had the over. Missed it by half a point as they missed 4 extra points. Terrific. Just terrific.
That hurts a lot more with the way you left.
It stung, and that was a premium. Of course, I had the free play. I had the Bucks catching the points. So I wish I'd have just been smart enough to take them on the money line to save that extra dime. But, those dimes, they add up.
I don't know. I think that you were smart enough. You know who wasn't smart enough was just Brett Maher. So there you go. Whoa. That's not on you.
Whoa, brutal. Absolutely. And I'll tell you, nothing more brutal than the Jerry Jones tweet during the game.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys see that? If you have any kicking experience, please come down. I have a jersey for you.
Was that real? I thought that was a fake.
Was it a fake?
I have no idea. I couldn't believe it at first when I saw it, so it's still up in the air, I guess.
Well, this young Ute offering his opinion is none other than Colorado's finest. It's the one and only Mason Folz. Mason, I know you've also been handicapping pretty well lately, especially on the ice. So It's great to have you here on the football show. No.
Thank you. It's great to see you guys. Been enjoying the football season all year. Those free picks, those have been keeping me alive above water the last few weeks. So hopefully everyone watching has been cashing in on those.
Very good. And don't forget to check out our brand new, a couple of weeks now, our Discord channel where Mason and I are frequent participants. Mason probably more than me, but I try to stop by there and yak it up. It's a good time. And we enjoy talking to everybody in real time. So yeah, it's been a real bittersweet week for me. I stopped doing videos. My last video was it was I did a 3-pack with the Buccaneers and the over the under in the Wagner game at 115. I couldn't resist, and we lost that. We did hit the Celtics, so it's weird to be here, not doing videos anymore. I had a great time. Obviously interacting with everybody. So for everybody that is wondering where to go now, go see these guys. These guys are outstanding. So, and Mason, I know if they drop some plays in your comment section, you'd be all right with that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. And Mason, since you are the Discord guru, any idea when we're starting the contest over there, the Capper of the Week contest?
Probably this coming up this next week.
There you go.
This weekend. So
get ready. If you jonesed for a week of not having a chance to win that $50 gift card, get your butt over there to Discord and check it out. Discard is what you should be doing with my picks lately. So did you guys have a successful week in the NFL? David, did you do okay in the playoffs?
Well, on the premiums, I went 1-2. I went 2-0 on the free picks.
Note to self: talk about results before I ask the question live. Okay, good. Mason, how'd you do?
Fared pretty well. Ended up in the green at 3-2. The old Chargers let me down after that big lead. That was the only one that really hurt me. But besides that, pretty solid weekend.
Mason, this is going to be this is a very tough thing for me to tell you because I know you've made it your slogan, but it's in the red and in the black, right?
Yes, I do. But if you say that, it just doesn't sound as cool, Steehn.
He can't take it. He's in the green. That's his thing now. It's got.
I know. You can't change it now.
Spotted now.
Yeah, it's like heading back to the window. You just once you say it and it's a thing for a couple 3 days, it's over.
I will say the last time I played roulette, I'm staying away from the red and black. I gotta keep that.
Are you staying in the green there?
Yeah, just not when I need it to be.
Well, you know where you should go, Vegas, because a lot of those wheels have 3 greens on them. So yeah, make sure you check that out. All right, we got a lot of games to talk about. No, we don't. We have 4 games to talk about. We have the division round, 2 of each, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. We're going to break it down like we did last week. We're going to talk AFC. We'll do it the opposite way. We'll start AFC this week. We started with NFC last week. We'll do the 2 AFC games. Then we'll do the 2 NFC games. We're going to start in my hometown, repping the jersey here. Thanks for the new jersey, Rock.
Oh, it's coming.
Okay, maybe for Super Bowl. It is
Yes.
the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the upstart Jacksonville Jaguars. Chiefs are an 8-point favorite. 53 is the number. This is a rematch, as so many games are. This is a rematch of a game in Week 10. The Chiefs ended up winning that one 27-10, despite turning the ball over 3 times, and Jacksonville starting the game with a successful onside kick. Chiefs had a 17-point lead entering the fourth quarter, or giving up a garbage time TD there in the fourth. I don't know, guys. I know we're not gonna have McCole Hardman. We didn't have McCole Hardman for that game, and of course that was the game where Schuster was knocked out in the first quarter. I'm guessing that they may not have forgotten about that. I think this is going to be a bit of a grudge match for Kansas City. I think they were left with a bad taste in their mouth. I know a lot of people in Jacksonville have been talking a lot of trash. So I think the Chiefs will be plenty motivated for this game. You know, I've been picking against them as they have had a tendency to play with their food, but they've had a week off. They've had a chance to get healthy. I think the Chiefs take care of business here. I think they come out and I think they throttle the Jacksonville Jaguars. And most importantly, obviously, as we learned last week, keep their foot on their throat in the second half. Something that admittedly Andy Reid has a spotty track record at best about taking his foot off of the gas and starting to run the football in the fourth quarter. I think they need to stay aggressive, and I think they will. As far as the total goes, I think this total's too high. The last game landed, like I said, landed 44. Perhaps we get to 48 or even 49 in this one, but I think at the end of the day, there's going to have to be some long, sustained drives that chews up the clock. I think the under is the safe play as far as the total goes.
Yeah, Steehn, I agree with you on the under there. I think this total is just a little bit too high. Chiefs defense, they've shown that they can show up in big spots, and this is obviously a big spot. They've had plenty of time to prepare for this game. And I don't know, this Jacksonville defense, they've actually surprised me at different times over the last few weeks coming up big against the Titans. I know they were playing against Dobbs, but last week they held the Chargers pretty well in the second half, I would say, after that fumble of the first half. So take the under there, and then I'm actually going to lean with the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 8.5, because I just think this spread's a little big. Divisional playoff game, I think Jacksonville's going to be excited for it too. It'll be close. The Chiefs will ultimately end up winning, but I'm going to take the Jags plus 8.5.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that concern me with this one, kind of that you touched on. The Jags have not been getting off to strong starts, but then the Chiefs have had an issue with taking their foot off the gas. Have to wonder, though, against a more experienced coach in Andy Reid, if the Jags get off to a slow start, if they'll be able to come back. I'm going to be a little unconventional in this one here. The first time these teams played, the Chiefs were up 20-0 before the Jags added a touchdown right before the half. Jacksonville has been notoriously getting off to some slow starts, and the Chiefs have been getting off to some hot starts. I was looking back at the last 10 games for the Jags. They've only been winning one time after the first quarter out of their last 10 games. That was against the Houston Texans, and they were tied in the game against the Jets. As for the Chiefs, after the first quarter, Kansas City has been up by at least 6 points in 4 out of the last 5. It's unconventional, but the lines are really sharp in the playoffs. So I'm going to go with the first quarter play here, and I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs -3 in the first quarter. And as far as the total goes, this may seem a little wacky, but I'm going to look at the second quarter in this game, and I'm going to go over 14.5. A lot of times, they're already in rhythm. You get to the second quarter over 14.5 points. Teams trying to add points before halftime. The Chiefs averaged just over 10 points per game in the second quarter this year. Jags just over 7 points in the second quarter. And just kind of looking at the trends, we've had a lot of high-scoring second quarters involved with both of these teams. So my play for this one is Kansas City Chiefs -3 in the first quarter and over 14.5 points in the second quarter of this one.
I'll tell you, playing the second or fourth quarter totals gives you an advantage sometimes that you don't have under normal circumstances. and that is the ball almost will certainly be advanced past the spot it would be on a normal kickoff. So as long as you're past the 25-yard line, obviously that's a plus EV play, and you have the chance of being deep in somebody else's territory as they switch sides there at the end of the first quarter. So yeah, I don't hate that at all. Rock, what do you got here?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of logical things you can say about this game, but I will take the most logical, and that is that all year I have been watching the Steamroller bet against the Chiefs, and now this is the week that he has decided that he's going to side with the Chiefs, so therefore I'm going to take the Jaguars with the under. I think it's a 28-24 kind of game. I also got one more special thing for you guys. First touchdown score at plus 2,000, Zay Jones.
Okay, not awful. I will go with a Chiefs player there, and I'm going to take Jerick McKinnon, who has does nothing but score touchdowns. Man, he has been a touchdown machine lately. I'm trying to see here. I'm going to say 7 straight games he has had at least one touchdown. He is a weapon they use out of the backfield as far as a pass receiver, and not afraid to run some plays for him too. So I like Jerick McKinnon here at plus 700.
I'd take old Travis Kelce at the plus 650. I know he hasn't scored in a few weeks, but that number's a little bit higher than it usually is. It's playoff times. You know who Mahomes is going to be looking for.
I like that Travis Kelce play. I like that Travis Kelce play. I'll be honest with you, I haven't really looked at the player props for this one. I'm not huge on the player props, although Monday night I did cash on one with Mike Evans over, but I haven't dived into the player props of first touchdown score. But I'd have to agree with Mason. I think Travis Kelce is the way to go.
It's a solid number. It's at plus 650 for Kelce. That's always going to be Mahomes' number one option in the red zone for sure. So I think that's a great price on Travis Kelce, no doubt about it. All right, guys, as we roll on down the highway here, going to take a look at the other Saturday game, and that is going to be take a look at the other AFC game. That's going to be Cincinnati at Buffalo on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Buffalo 5-point favorites. 48 is the number here. I guess the question here is, why is this game in Buffalo and not at a neutral site? Does anybody have a great answer for that question?
It's because they played the same amount of games.
And they have and Buffalo's one game better.
Yeah.
Now I know that's the logical explanation, and that's the one the NFL went with, but I'm not so sure I'm buying it, because if they complete that game and Cincinnati wins, then Cincinnati obviously would have hosted that game. So anyway, enough about that. I think this line's too big. I think 5 is way too tall. I think this Cincinnati team, although I have to admit, neither one of those teams looked great on Saturday over the weekend in 2 games that let's face it, really should have been gimmies with facing third string quarterbacks or worse. But I think it's probably going to be a little more motivation for this one. I think if you could look ahead in the playoffs, I think they both may have been looking in the backfield a little bit too much as this game approached. I think this is the one all the marbles are on. I like Cincinnati here. I think these two teams are evenly matched. I also think Cincinnati might be playing just a little bit better football right now. When in doubt, when it's a coin flip or a little close to it, always take the points. And or as far as the total goes, I'm going to stick with the game flow that we saw in the aborted Monday night game where they were going up and down the field against each other. I think that continues. I'll take the over 48 in this one.
Yep, I'm going to be rolling with the over 48 as well. Love both these quarterbacks, and I think Josh Allen's going to be a little bit safer with the ball this week, as he's going to do everything he can to get the Bills to the next round. And Joe Burrow, he's shown that he can play in these situations in the past. He looked great last postseason. He's going to be playing big in this one too. I also think the number's too big at +5. I could see this one coming down to a field goal at the end of the game, as I'm going to take the Bengals with the points, and I'm also taking the over, as I see both these offenses being the story in this one. The first game that they played, those first few possessions, like Steehn was saying, they were high-flying, and I just don't see that trend stopping. So I'm taking the over 48.
Yeah, the Bills concerned me with some of the turnovers and points that they gave up against the Dolphins. Bills 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 playoff games. Bengals were the best ATS team. They're on a 12-3-1 run against winning teams with a winning record. And before the playoffs started, the Bengals were my pick to go to the Super Bowl out of the AFC. So getting the 5 points here, I have to back the Bengals at +5. One thing I'll throw in on this as well, I'm not sure how you may feel about teasers, but for me personally, I've had a lot of success in the NFL playoffs in particular with teasers, with the lines being so close. I think that this is a great spot, even with the total. You can tease the Bengals at +11 and over 42. I like the Bengals +5 and the over 48, but I think teasing the Bengals at +11 and over 42 on the total same game teaser, I think is it sounds like a good bet to me. I'll be on that one for sure.
Yeah, you're getting through some key numbers there. You're getting through 6, 6.5, 7, and 10. So those are that's a solid teaser play for sure. Rocky,
I'm with you guys right here. I think the Bengals. I don't like the idea of giving Buffalo 5 points. Like Mason said, I think it comes within a field goal, if anything. So Bengals. I like the over. I think at least one of these teams is going to score 48 points possibly. And once again, I've got a first touchdown for you at +5,500. Trenton Irwin. First touchdown for the Bengals.
is that the long-haired kid, the receiver?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I thought you think he's going to see the field a lot? Is anybody hurt?
Nope.
Okay. All right, good.
But you know what? Crazier things have happened. And that could make you some money.
You're right. We saw 4 missed extra points on Monday night. So yes, crazy things definitely happen. First touchdown scorer, give me playoff Lenny there with Gabe Davis. I'll take Gabe Davis at what do we got? 900?
Believe he might be at 1,000.
I'm just winging.
Yeah,
I'm not looking at any numbers. I'm just telling you who I like and then trying to guess the number. Mason, what do you got?
Just spit on. I like T. Higgins at +1,200. I think he gets a lot of red zone targets. He could sneak into the end zone.
Okay.
I like
Higgins. What is Hayden Hurst's odds for first touchdown?
He is
1,400.
There we go.
1,400. What is it, Mason?
1,300. You're right there.
All right, let's go with Hayden Hurst.
We're halfway done, and we're not only doing sides, we're doing totals, and much to David's delight, we're doing first touchdown score as well. So we'll be right back after this with our thoughts on the other 2 games, plus our favorite picks for over/under in the national anthem. Stay tuned.
Good morning, Justin.
What? Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
Well, you don't know me, baby? Come on, it's me, Art Schlichter.
But
Hey, 1 second. It's payday, which means I get my government-regulated $50, and ranked Iowa State are dogs against unranked Texas.
I thought Texas was ranked.
We're talking women, baby.
Is that my tea?
Yeah. It's bad tea. You gotta get better tea, baby.
What are you doing?
Look, Mr. Fields, you had a great year with the Bears. You proved a lot of doubters wrong, baby. I know you didn't win many games, but you proved it wasn't your fault.
Well, I think some of those losses were.
Justin, look at me, baby. We gotta talk about the curse.
Huh?
You went to Ohio State, yeah?
Yeah, I went to the Ohio State.
Yeah, you got drafted in the first round, huh?
Duh.
Hey, you watch your fucking tone when you're talking to me like that. Then you gotta be aware of the curse.
I don't believe in curses.
You best start believing in curses, Mr. Fields, because you're in one.
Was that a Pirates of the Caribbean reference?
Yeah.
Are you saying I'm going to turn into a skeleton?
No, I'm saying you gotta be careful. There are things you should stay away from.
Yeah, I already went to Marshawn Lynch's seminar.
No, Marshawn went to Cal. He doesn't get it, okay? You take me for example. You gotta stay away from gambling. Unless you're certain it's gonna make you a lot of money.
That's it?
Allow me to bring in a guest. Don Scott.
Hey!
Hi.
You see, Donnie Boy here got drafted into the war before playing a single pro game, and his bomber went down along with his career.
If there's a world war, just say you got bone spurs or swallow a cotton ball.
But we have drones for that now.
Wait, really?
That's the best example you have?
Well, there's another one, but it might be too soon.
You mean Dwayne Haskins?
Jordan?
Yeah, I didn't really know how to touch this subject when I wrote it, so just use your imagination.
Right. So you get it?
Yeah, if I want to be successful as a first-round The Ohio State quarterback, then I need to avoid gambling, world wars, and going out on garbage day. Got it.
Well, we don't know what your vice is yet, so be careful.
Who are you talking to, Justin?
Oh, man. Half the country is not ready for this.
Just another one of those dreams.
Hey, Chiefs Nation, Andy Reid here. And you know, as much as I love coaching the Chiefs, I love taking vacations. And you know Big Red, he's going where it's warm. And anywhere I go, I got to have my Andy Reid big and tall Hawaiian shirt. If you're big, if you're tall, hell, if you're big and tall, this is the shirt for you. And today, I'm excited to be unveiling the Andy Reid Big and Tall Hawaiian shirt section right here at the Kansas City Chiefs Pro Shop.
We love our Andy Reid Hawaiian shirts!
Come on in. We got great discounts. Get one for yourself. Get one for your loved ones. Hell, get one for everybody you know. Andy Reid's Big and Tall Hawaiian shirts available only right here at the Kansas City Chiefs Pro Shop. Hey, how about those? They ain't gonna last long. All right, everybody, welcome back to the second half of the show. 2 down, 2 to go. Don't forget to check us out next week as Chris King, Scott Reichel will be here to break down the championship games. It'll be 2 of those, by the way. And then on Super Bowl Sunday, it'll be 2 weeks from next week. That will be all 4 of the experts, plus myself and Rocky, to talk about the Super Bowl. And Rocky just decided we're going to talk about every prop on the board. So that'll be fun. So make sure to stand by for that 4.5 hour extravaganza.
Especially the commercial ones.
A lot of good commercial props. Gatorade color. We're going to touch on all of them. And I think Rocky's going to be very surprised on some of the props that are out there. If you haven't looked at Super Bowl props in the past, you will be astounded on everything you can bet your money on. So let's talk about Saturday night as the Giants head to the city of brotherly love and cheesesteaks, take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles, 7.5 point favorites, 48.5 is the number here. Giants, best team against the spread this season, 14-4 against the number, including a nice little win yesterday over the paper Minnesota Vikings. We talked a lot about that Minnesota Vikings team. It just didn't look great, especially coming down the home stretch, and the Giants were able to take advantage of that. But now it gets a little bit tougher as they go up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, these two teams met in Week 18 of the season, and the Giants put up much more of a fight than I think Philadelphia anticipated as they played their second and third stringers, and Philadelphia was still able to just get a 6-point victory, 22-16. Jalen Hurts and the running game, neither were very good against the running game was all right for Philly, but as far as the passing game goes, Jalen Hurts throwing for just 155 yards. So I guess the question is he going to be at full strength 2 weeks later? I think there's a good chance he's going to look a lot better. However, 7.5, I think it's too many points, guys. I'm just anytime you're catching more than a touchdown in a playoff game, you're really going to have to talk me out of taking it. Philadelphia, by the way, has failed to cover the number in their last 4 games, while the Giants have been on a ATS tear, covering 5 straight and 7 of their last 8. This Giants team, man, that is a team. It's one of those dangerous teams. It's a lot like the Giants team that beat New England, as they not that good during the regular season. They're better than average, but they get the playoffs. And every time they win a game, they just get a little more confidence, and it's like a snowball rolling downhill. I think the Giants believe they can do it right now, and I like the Giants plus the 7.5 points in this one. As far as the total goes, I think it's a little too tall. I'm going to play the under here, as I think the game will be a little bit more of a grind than people are anticipating.
Yes, Steehn, you took the words right out of my mouth to begin that with the 14-4 against the spread for the Giants. I think this number's too big. This is also the third time that these two teams have played each other this season, as they know each other really well. They know what they're trying to do, and this is going to be a close, grinded-out game, like Steehn said. I was also very unimpressed by Jalen Hurts in that last Week 18 game. Didn't really have it going with his arm. I think he could still be cold coming back from that injury. I think that's going to hurt the Eagles a bit. So I'm going to take the Giants plus 7.5. And then for that same reason, I'm going to take the under, as I just see this being a grinded out, run the ball, see you can score it 1 or 2 times and pull away.
By the way, I know most of you probably watch a lot of handicapping shows, especially as it gets deeper into the playoffs here. So I'm just going to give you one rule of thumb. If you're watching a handicapping show and they're talking about a game like this and somebody says, well, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season, you should immediately turn that show off and never believe another fucking word those people say, because it has been proven time and time again with numbers. It makes no difference. If you've beat them twice before, you have a better than average shot of beating them that third time. Why? Well, because likely you're the superior team who can beat them about any time of the day. And of course, so yeah, if you hear anybody saying that, now there's a difference between saying what Mason says, that there's some familiarity there, and you know what their tendencies are. So there's a difference between that and saying, well, this team is due. That's the dumbest thing you can hear a sports bettor say, is this is going to happen because it's supposed to happen, because it hasn't happened in a while. Well, try that at the roulette wheel. Try that on a craps table. Let me know how that works out for you. David, what do you got here?
Well, this is a bit of a tough one, but looking at this, I mean, the Giants, they're coming off of a big win against the Vikings. Obviously, the Vikings had a great record, but they were 30th in the NFL in yards per play allowed on defense. Now they're playing an Eagles team that was the number 1 in the NFL in yards per play allowed. Obviously, I mean, the Eagles beat them by 26 earlier this season. It's a bit of a big number, but if I do play this, I will lay the 7.5 on the Eagles. Just something else to throw out there, since we're throwing about a few different things. With that 7.5, I actually think that this would actually make an excellent teaser along with the Chiefs right now at 8.5. I think teasing the Eagles to 1.5 and the Chiefs to 2.5 makes a strong teaser play. But I would lean here on the Eagles here to cover the 7.5, and a very small lean to the over. And also another play here. I'll give you guys anytime touchdown score on this. Miles Sanders, he scored 2 touchdowns the first time that these teams played, plus 110 odds right now to score a touchdown. So I like that play as well. And we could even say first time touchdown right now, plus 700 for Miles Sanders. So that's my thoughts for this
Somebody
one.
did some research over the break. Nicely done, buddy. Nicely done. Rocky, got something smart to say here?
Yeah, one of the toughest things to do in the NFL is to beat a team 3 times in a season. And I think the New York Giants are due. The Eagles are 2-0 against the Giants this year. And
why did I not see that coming?
I think that the Giants could come in and make a splash.
Okay,
it's time for them to win a game. I got them, and you know what? It's going to be a shootout. I got the over 48.5.
All right, Rocky. And as far as first touchdown scored, is there anybody that hasn't scored the first 2 games that's due this for this one?
Dallas Goedert plus 1,300. I don't know if he scored either of those games, but I like it.
All right, very good. First touchdown. You know what? I'll go Saquon. I'll go the other side here. I'll say the Giants drive it down the field, and Philadelphia has to make some adjustments. I'll take Saquon at what is he? 800, 900.
Yeah.
All right.
800.
I'll take Saquon Barkley. Mason, what do you got here?
I like that. I'm going to go a little bit crazier. I'm going to take Boston Scott at plus 1,900. He's been the Giants.
Dude, that was the name that was in my head, and I finally let Saquon drive it out. But I was thinking that. Okay, I don't hate that. Go ahead.
I like that one. Good number.
Did you have any reason to bet? I thought I cut you off right before your reasons.
No, he's just consistently scored against this Giants team. I believe he's got over 8 to 9 touchdowns against the Giants over his career. So he's shown he can do it before.
And David, you want to change your answer?
No, I'm sticking with my answer.
Yeah, Miles Sanders. All right, very good. And then there was one NFC game left. It is the the late game on Sunday. It'll be the Sunday night primetime game again as Dallas gets the spotlight as they travel to the Bay to take on the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco, 3.5-point favorites, 46.5 is the number here. Ladies and gentlemen, I like the Niners. Give me 2 extra days rest at playoff time, and I will back that team almost every single opportunity I have. I think this is a San Francisco team that is playing outstanding football right now on both sides of the ball. Brock Purdy getting it done. Not going to win any MVPs this season, but is certainly more than capable at the quarterback position. And I really like the way this defense is playing. They had a bad first half against Seattle, and then they tightened down the ship. Seattle did nada in the second half. I like this San Francisco team. Dallas played awfully good football against Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay probably the worst team in the playoffs as far as that goes. I think they're a worse team than Miami. I think they're a worse team than Jacksonville right now, as a team that played terribly in a terrible division all season. And
I don't even think the Buccaneers were the best team in their division.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's pick one. Just reach into that bucket of slime and bring out one team, and that's pretty much what it is. I've got San Francisco. I was on the San Francisco bandwagon about 6 or 8 weeks ago when I mentioned I thought San Francisco was the best team in the NFL, and I was roasted unmercifully for it in my comment section. I think people are now beginning to come around just a little bit more. I'll take the Niners minus 3.5. And I think we're going to see some points. I think this Dallas defense is going to take a step backwards from playing Tom not so terrific. I'll take the over 46.5.
I like the Niners minus 3.5 as well. As I said a few weeks ago with you, Steehn, that these guys are legit. And I already know, just with the Broncos having their first round pick, most likely going to be in the Super Bowl. So we have the 30th pick. Just how our luck's going this year. But besides that little stat, I love this defense. They're incredible in the second half. They're extremely tough to score on. I'm going to take the Niners 3.5, and I'm actually going to take the under 46.5 as I see Purdy struggling a little bit in this big-time game, and I see the Niners defense coming up big.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on this one. Well, both of you guys on this on the side. I think that the 49ers right now definitely look like the most complete team in the NFC. Picked them to come out of the NFC and go to the Super Bowl. Dallas got a good win against Tampa Bay, but Tampa Bay has been a bad team all this year. You said Brock Purdy won't win any MVPs this season. He just might. There's that potential for a Super Bowl MVP. You never know. We'll have to stay tuned. But I like the 49ers to cover the 3.5, but I'm going to do this because I know that you love this, Scott, and just in case there's any tiebreakers, I'm going to do like on Price is Right when they go and bid $1. I'm going to buy the 0.5 point and take the 49ers minus the 3 here.
Okay, very good.
You know,
Drew Carey, what do you got?
I'm with you guys. I like the Niners here. I think they've got the defense to absolutely destroy Dak Prescott. I think he's going to be running for his life. I think that he might throw a few interceptions. They played the Buccaneers. Come on, damn man. Brett Maher looked like he was playing the 85 Bears or something like that. I don't know. They're going to come in, not do too well. I don't have much to say about it. I like the 49ers a lot. I also think the 49ers defense is going to do so well. I like the under. I also think the 49ers defense is going to do so well that I've got them with my first touchdown plus 2,800, the 49ers defense.
Wow, that is flat stepping out. Hey, do we do like regular panel shows like you see like the college football show where they show the helmets underneath about who we're taking?
Ooh, we should do that.
Yeah, we should do that because they would have all come up with the Niners helmet is what I'm saying here.
Mm-hmm.
And I am alone on Over Island, so I'll proudly stand on Over Island as all the other guys go under the total. far as a first touchdown score, well, this is the advantage where I get to go first and take it before either one of you guys can. I'm going to take Christian McCaffrey at probably, let's say 450, 500.
I'm going to go with Kittle. Purdy's been finding him very consistently, and other guy besides McCaffrey.
McCaffrey's at 475.
So I said 450, 500. It's 475. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's Kittle?
Kittle's at
750.
950.
Oh. All right. And David, what do you got here? Special teams score?
I'm going to go with, I was going to say Christian McCaffrey, but I'm going to go with Brandon Ayuk to get the first touchdown. I'll go with that one. I'm not sure what the odds are.
Plus 1300.
Oh, I was going to say 11. I'm getting worse.
And even though it's still leaning toward the side, you mentioned something great. I know we all picked the 49ers, but that really is a significant advantage in the playoffs. Now with them going to the Monday night playoff games, the fact that San Francisco got to play the early game on Saturday, and then the Cowboys had to play on Monday night, and Dallas, so that's now Dallas is traveling too, so that's a pretty big disadvantage there.
Agreed. All right, and for our next game, no, I'm kidding. That's it, man. Man, you guys are stealing money this week for getting paid to do the show. Well, what? You're not getting paid? Oh shit. Well, then you're really stealing money. 4 games this week. Thanks as always, guys, for joining us here on the show, and thanks to our panel for being here as well. Mason, I know we can find you on Discord. Where can we find you for the rest of the time?
You can find me on the main Winners and Whiners website. I'm writing articles every day, putting out free picks, and getting all those premium packages available for you guys. I'm also available on Twitter at Mason Folz, where I'm sending out all my free picks, free parlays, pretty much anything I'm betting on. So you guys can find me on those 2 spots.
The kid is flat generating content, and he's generating good content, everybody. So make sure you check out his picks. He's usually throwing a parlay or 2 in there every day. And come here, come close. Little secret: Mason does most of our tweeting for the Winners and Whiners page as well. So he spends his day with his thumbs pretty much glued to Twitter. Very good. And David, where can we find you? Houston, Texas. We're going to be there, buddy. What time?
You follow me on Twitter at Get Sports Strong, along with on YouTube each day on the Winners and Whiners channel. You can also check out free articles that I write. Over on the expert section, you can find out my premium picks and top plays. I know I mentioned dropping the Monday night football game, but still in the NFL on a 7-2 best bet run in the NFL, including that loss. 42-19 all sports run overall. 33-15 best bet run. Been killing it in college basketball. One thing, we give out the plays here. NFL lines are very sharp, but day after day, been grinding it out consistently. It's cool to cherry pick games here and there, but honestly, if you want to know what I'm doing each and every day and what is working and the plays that I have the most confidence on, go ahead and check out a package on the expert section with Winners and Whiners.
And I know you kind of mentioned it there, but you kind of glossed over, and I think it deserves another hit. 42-19 over his last 61 plays. I just did the math. That's 68.9%. Now, everybody goes on hot runs, have a good week. You go 4-1, 7-2, shit like that. That's not uncommon even at any level of handicapping. But when you're talking about 69% over the course of 60 plus plays, that's big boy territory right there. And I would hazard a guess to say most handicappers or most casual sports bettors for sure have not been on a run like that. So congratulations on a hell of a run, Dave. And I know, I know you and Neto Robles has been on an incredible run. He's like 62% over his last 115, 120 plays. So I know that, Scott and I and Chris, we get a lot of airtime, and that's probably who you're most familiar with. But these guys are killing it. So if you see, I know Neto has premium plays available. He doesn't do videos, but if you're not watching David's videos, if you're not watching Mason's videos, and at least if you're thinking about making a premium purchase, those 3 guys really should be at the top of your list because they are absolutely in fuego right now. So definitely check that out. Rocky, I know you're in New York right now, getting ready to open off Broadway as you are the co-star of a big show there. You're very excited about that. And where can people come and see you? How many shows how long's the run? Can they buy tickets?
Yeah, it's a free show. It's at the Jerry Orbach Theater. You got 4 shows on the 23rd and the 25th of January.
4 shows each or two each? 4 total?
4 total. 2 shows every day. Although each of those days. You can also find me on Twitter at Rocky Foré. And before that, I will be at Ellis Island trying to change my name one more time so people stop saying Rocky IV is my favorite Rocky movie.
Very good. And of course, the Jerry Orbach Theater. Nobody puts Rocky in the corner. Nobody
does.
All right, guys, let's go get them. Then there were 4. Hopefully your team's still alive. I know I'm not talking to anybody in this room, but hopefully people watching, your team is still alive in the playoffs, and they do well. For the whole crew over here at Winners and Winers, we thank you very much for stopping by. We'll see you next week in the division. I'm Scott Steehn. He's Rocky Foré, Mason Folz, David Delano. Wishing you guys nothing but the best. Hope every one of your bets cashes big time this week, and we'll see you for the division next week. Take care, everybody.
I don't know about this, Billy. This is...
Come on, Georgie. Don't be such a wuss.
But Mom says that every 27 years, a monster dressed as a clown comes down in these sewers and kills a kid.
That's just a horror story that Mom made up so we wouldn't hang out in the sewers. You really think there's a clown that lives in the sewers?
Maybe.
Just give me the boat and let's see how well it floats.
Here!
Thank you. There she blows.
Look at how well she floats, Billy.
What's up, little boys and girls?
The clown.
Actually, it's Pennyworth, the dancing clown, or if you prefer.
Don't eat me.
I might just eat you if you hang around these sewers too much.
You're not really gonna eat us.
You're right. I'm not gonna eat you. I'm not that fucked up. I'm just a guy who dresses up his characters for birthday parties, work events, charity balls, galas, blah, blah, blah.
Then what are you doing down here?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Your parents, they gave me $100 to come down here and try and scare you. You know, they don't want you hanging around in this cesspool anymore. Ah! Did I scare you?
No.
Shit. Well, did my best.
Do you have any weed?
Huh?
Weed. Like marijuana.
Yeah, kid. I know what weed is. I wasn't born under a bridge.
Well, do you have any?
What?
If you give me some weed, I'll tell my mom that I'm terrified to go in the sewers again.
Look, I don't know if I feel 100% comfortable giving weed to a kid.
If you don't, I'll tell her you offered us needles.
God damn it. Fine. Shit. I'm gonna take it, drop it there. It's not from me, okay?
Nice.
Yeah, just do me a favor. Just tell your friends if they need like a character actor for birthday parties, whatever. Hit me up.
Sure.
Yeah, I do Ben Polio, Fuzz Lighthead, Groot from Despicable Me.
You mean Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, that's Gru. I also do Mr. Infectable, Jack Skellington, and Ulysses S. Grant.
Wait, how come that's not a weird name?
Okay, look, do you even know how this thing works? There's a thing called copyright law, all right? You can't use names of stuff that is protected by copyright. If it's public domain, you're free to use it. Otherwise, you have to use a name that's slightly off, so you're covered by parody law, which I am.
Cool, man.
Wait, you swear you'll tell your mom I scared you?
Sure, dude.
All right, so you guys promise you're not gonna come down here? Legally, I need a verbal yes. Your parents signed the contract.
Yes.
Lit. All right. Whoa. But you guys really shouldn't be hanging out here. You're gonna catch MRSA in that. Hey, do you guys like, do you guys know if this Chinese restaurant up here is any good? Gotta get some lunch.
Yeah, their Kung Pao chicken sucks, though.
All right, legally, I can't have you guys follow me. Your parents signed the contract, so close your eyes and spin around like 3 times or something. I don't know.
I mean, he went that way, right? Excuse me. Do you know where the end line is?
Nope, but I love my Andy Reid Hawaiian shirt.